guys, so welcome to the gray area, our first episode. And if you are a fan of uncomfortable conversations, your personal questions, religion, society, the quote unquote taboos, all that, this is the place to be. We'll be talking about all those episodes with our hosts. I am Marco.
I'm Yvonne.
And I'm Edwin.
And this is our fourth host here. So, yeah, welcome. So there's a lot of online banter nowadays. I don't know if it's banter or conversations about mental health, and also there's these conversations about gender. And as someone who I'm very vocal about mental health, about young people and general public, about how our society doesn't talk about mental health, and you are a person who talks about gender issues a lot.
Yeah.
And most of these conversations, if you talk about mental health, you can't really forget about gender. Unasikia mademu wanakuanga hivi, so ndo maana wanafanyanga hivi. Unajua machali sisi atuongelea hizi vitu, you are a man, do this. When a lady talks about it, about gender, mental health inakuwa brought into the subject, like hawa demu wako na mental issues, ana project mental issues zake.
Speaking from experience.
Tafuta Charlie. I've even seen in your comments that tafuta Charlie, like
it's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. So like, I like your thoughts. Like, are they really disconnected? Ama ni watu tu wana bring up the thing ya gender must be, ukiongelea gender, you must be mentally struggling. Like, there's no disparity between the two.
But I feel like really everything is just basically projection too. Unaona venye ukiongeleanga, like maybe you're talking about, a certain experience you have as a lady, and people are like, oh, you should get a boyfriend, oh, unaongea kwani umeumizwa nini. I feel like they're also, they feel like the only reason you should speak about such things is when you heard from them. Like kama the only way they can speak about things is when ume experience kitu kama hiyo. Like si kitu tunaweza kaa tu chini, you speak from empathy. I don't have to be raped to speak about rape. You get me? I don't have to be mentally challenged to speak about mental health. You get me? But I feel like, okay, if you gender, some of the gender, they only speak from things they experience firsthand, I think. That's why they feel like, mostly in our comment section, tapata like, it's, oh, mumizo, umepitia hiyo, umefanyiwa hivi, stop being a bitter woman and stuff.
Yeah. Na hiyo kitu yenye umesema ya, you don't have to go through something to talk about it. The people who talk about, you talked about rape, they're not people who have been, you have not been raped, fortunately. So, I mean, fortunately, fortunately, you have not been raped. It's crazy and creepy. But sasa, you talk about it, it's a point of empathy. You've seen women suffering. That the people who go through these things, they don't talk about them because it's not an easy something. Nika venye mimi naongelanga mental health. I'm not depressed. I'd say to say I'm going through something, I'm cutting myself, or thinking about suicide and all that. But ni kitu naona. And the people who are going through it, they're not vocal because it's not an easy subject. You don't just wake up one day and decide, okay, let me tell you about this. Niko depressed sana. Usually most of the people who actually talk about it, ni kind of like, I would say performative. You've created a depressed character. Ati Marco kuwa depressed. The watu wakwe, nini, but you're not really. The people who are actually depressed find it really hard to talk about it. So the same thing with the gender. You're talking about it because it's something you see.
You can see around.
You can see, like, you don't have to experience these things. Like when you unaongelea patriarchy, you don't have to be a woman to experience these things.
But unfortunately, patriarchy, you experience it.
Unfortunately, you experience it, but sasa see it in specifically to women. Like a man can talk about it, na utasema performative. Juu pia kuna hii stuff ya performative. Any guy who talks about these things.
It's a whole culture about silencing men. I think that's what patriarchy does too.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to be vocal about your problems and stuff just because you're a man.
Yeah. The whole you're a man. It's funny.
Be a man.
Yeah.
They've created a whole aesthetic on how a man should be. That people wanaumia huko nje, just then they cannot talk about it because tambo kwani unashinda ukiongea kwani wewe ni dem. Unashinda ukisema sema hivyo ni dem.
But it's kinda okay. Is it purely negative patriarchy? Because what you're talking about, I get it. I get how the forced silence culture in men can affect us negatively. But I think some of us have grown to learn how to work with that pressure for our own benefit.
Tuambie positive. Masema
Be
negative.
positive
Tuambie
ya
positive
patriarchy.
patriarchy ni gani?
Like, in as much as talking and asking for help is a necessary thing to do, to know how to do, like, talking doesn't really fix your problems most of the time. So once you get used to saying, nah, there's no point in talking this out, let me just find a way to get myself out of this fast before I can go to ask for help. I think that's a positive. It's a thing that has actually worked for me very.
But so talking is not meant to solve your problem. It's the first step of addressing the issue. You first talk about it.
But addressing it is just acknowledging that it exists. The
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that I think I have a problem, that's already addressing it. I've already acknowledged it.
But I feel like let's say ushaika hivi and you're like I am angry, I don't know I'm angry at what. Sasa unaanza like kusema, then so unaanza kurealize I'm angry at this and this and this and this. Like talking about it like kama inafanya like ina open up, inafanya you start seeing the problem clearly. When you name it, you see it clearly. And your brain is like, oh, this I'm going to do
But
this.
when that happens, most of the time, are you alone? Are you talking to yourself, or are you talking to real people?
You can talk to yourself, you can talk to ChatGPT.
Most of it, yeah, but
can
most of the
write
time
online.
you are
Really?
alone. You are alone. Like I
Yeah.
think it only works
But you can talk
for
to your friend.
yourself.
You can start a podcast hata wazetu kuongea huko.
Yeah. But so unajua the hii kitu ya eti you don't really have to talk about it. Kwanza hii ya male, so unasema eti tumeanza kuadapt, sort of all of us men adapt juu pia as a man, hii kitu ya as a man pia, but ni naturally unaambiwa as a man you shouldn't cry. Kama uko na, let's say you have a woman like a partner, don't cry in front of them, they shouldn't see that. Hadi kuna someone wako like Mr. Kitchen analia mbele yangu.
True.
So this
Unfortunately.
guy may not yet cry, like hata lia mbele yako, utamuona akiwa down, like akona hiyo masculinity ya I'm a man, lazima ni appear strong. But when things boil up, like zile amefika limit kabisa, he can't contain himself, all that trauma itarudi wapi? Home, back to you. So hiyo part ya patriarchy ina force men to be silenced, but in the long run itarudi back to the women. Juu your father akona stress, basi haizi ambia mamako. Hii stress ina boil up. Siku moja unasikia tu anaongea na mamako like mbona nisumbua, amempiga slap, uko like where did this come from? No say violent, but amekuwa hii kitu yenye angesema kitambo wa figure it out, imeboil up imefika point inakuwa violent sasa.
But unajua like I feel like men should be encouraged to cry.
I don't think so.
I think they should. Like there are scientific benefits of crying. Like
Yeah, okay, I do cry, but only when I'm alone.
But okay, there's no problem. I was just crying.
And
The
it
point is
happens
cry.
like once in 4 months when everything gets.
Ah.
You just cry for a whole 20 minutes.
Like once in 2 years maybe. Yeah, like
You should make it like a weekly
happens
ritual.
last year January.
Really.
Tena ilikuwa
only
peke
when
yangu,
it
ile
gets-
uko home things zimekuoverwhelm, so you just cry, get it
Yeah,
out,
right, yeah.
wash my face.
Like machozi ni a way
Let's
of
tag it out
expressing
sasa.
emotion yenye words can't.
But sasa the problem is like okay, some you cry once in maybe 2 years. This issue ni these problems have piled up until ukilia unaweza lia ni uchiza. Like
But sasa vile unaweza pata like most guys are not criers.
Yeah, no.
Like when you
It's,
get stressed,
in as much as
for the ladies, ukiwa stressed, atalia, sikize some music, anapenda some artist mwenye na
but
connected.
it's because it has been popularized. Like
Yeah.
kulia imekuwa normal.
For a
for
guy,
girls.
Sasa
yeah.
unaona
It's
and
the
how
opposite for us.
do you make something normal? By encouraging it.
always encourage. Because in
Well,
our
encourage.
Like,
society,
we can't all cry. The fact that you guys have
Cry.
already taken it.
Sasa
Like,
pia,
we have.
ukiambia like msee ati let's say a guy is courting a lady, and then in the conversation you're getting to know each other, ako like, oh yeah, sometimes I cry.
I know I
Dem
cry.
ako like
Sasa pia like I feel
chiwawa,
like
unaitwa chiwawa,
Yeah.
unalialia nini? Wewe ni mwanaume unalia nini? Uko like
but you blame it on the patriarchy. Like it has given us an image of what a man should be. But realistically, people should cry. People should let out.
it's
stress.
natural.
Yeah, it's
See, it
natural
is
to do it.
specifically for women. It's
Yeah.
natural, anyone can
But you know,
cry.
people have made it difficult for men to do it.
But I think for some of these cultures to form, kama patriarchy and stuff, it has to have been proven. Lazima kukuwe na, not even if not proven, imekuwa convinced to people that it works. So it's something that actually, in as much as it might have some negative effects, I think it's something that works to keep the community moving forward.
Patriarchy is very, it's like a
it's
machine.
a disease.
It's a ruthless machine. Mimi nasema ni kama machine. It's like a machine that it makes things move forward, but it doesn't care about the sidelines, what people are going. It doesn't care about men's kwanza. Watu wanadhaningi patriarchy ina care about men. No, it doesn't actually. In favor the guy on top.
To us.
Kuna a woman on top mwenye ana work in patriarchy, but she's not suffering. She's the one enabling it.
You just favors whoever has
patriarchy is a machine. It's like it's a machine yenye haijali ati wewe ni boy, wewe ni dem, ati unafanya nini.
You put the wrong side.
It's either in the system or out the system.
But the issue with patriarchy is that it harms more people than it actually, saves or something. Yeah. Like I feel like it harms everybody because it's unnatural.
I think patriarchy is not meant for people. It's just meant for institutions and governments, and it's meant for
government
because those groups.
It's for rich people.
Yeah, like it's just a manipulation scheme.
Yeah, it is a manipulation scheme. But shida ni kusema it's meant for institutions. Institutions, people who make institutions, say us. And if you say it's meant for institution, I'm sure people will carry it from the institution into our home.
Okay, but we are a whole new generation. Like we found it there, but it doesn't mean we have to follow through with it.
But the people who are trying to speak against it or raise awareness about it. Number 2, like where kuna patriarchy, when mental health after therapist.
Yeah.
Like kama sivute bangi kama wenzangu.
Now kuna the money to cover it up.
Yeah, like
rich enough to make you look crazy.
Yeah, you are crazy now. Exactly. You're gonna enough resources to make sure the people who talk about it be crazy people. Kama let's say kama US kuna wanaitwanga aje tu wanahanga medai manywele wako all about freedom and stuff. Sini liberals ama liberals. The whole world imapaint kama they are crazy people.
Yeah.
Juu wana support rights wako kama hizi rights za abortion, mental health,
LGBTQ
women,
stuff. Yeah, women
people.
leadership and stuff.
Like in reality they are not supporting a specific community. They're supporting absolute freedom yenyewe. Naweza amua tu asubuhi niamke bila shati, sitaambua ati
lazima become an actual human.
Naweza amka ni Daniel yangu green. Mtu asema ile nafaa kuwa hivi. But sisi tumeprogramiwa uli mwenda wazimu.
Lakini sasa shida yangu na liberals ni I feel like hawajui the borders of freedom. So unafika mahali in US unafika mahali wewe unapata mtu somebody amebadilisha kola anatembea. You wake up and you feel like kida matatu.
I think hizo hao ni watu wako paid kufanya hiyo movement ikae. Like wewe ukiochi hiyo kitu unakuwa completely out. Uko like this cannot be my people. Hawezi kwa tunaanza anatembea boundaries.
Yes, kuna freedom, but freedom
I think
iko na limits. Na si limits imewekwa na mtu like we are human. Kuna freedom na kuna yenye excessive yenye kama hiyo yenye ati kuna march kama ya sijui raising awareness against a certain issue. Watu wanaamua ku march naked. Like okay, you could have just marched, but sasa naked showing your body. Kuna children outside.
Lakini pia what is wrong with people showing their body? Yeah, what is this? See,
just the body.
No, they should need
private parts for
and everybody has them.
But they're private. Kila mtu akona zake.
Lakini mbona we don't feel weird when we see animals walking naked?
Sindio, because we have been programmed to make it feel
weird. You only see humans as sexual machines.
Sindio.
Ukiona hizo parts unakuwa.
Yeah.
But for animals it's very normal. A dog can even sniff another dog's butt.
Na kuna shida. Shida can actually walk naked.
Europe, any movement about women, they're always not wearing shirts. Hadi kuna a whole trope.
But let's be honest, Marco. Who made, men can walk without shirts.
Yeah.
But when women walk without shirts, it's such a big issue. What makes it a big issue? Just
because you have boobs and dogs.
And what is wrong with boobs? Boobs are a way for people to feed their offspring.
No.
What is wrong about people showing their boobs?
Bro,
boobs are not sexual. They're not sexual.
Some things. They are sexual. They are sexual. Boobs for you ni kama afiga. Like ni vitu umezaliwa nazo. They're just there ni za kulisha watoto.
And the discussion ni should we wear clothes at your expense, like tuvae nguo jiji na feel vibaya
the problem is if we look at them you guys will
why are you looking at them?
Why not?
Wewe
ukiniangalia chest
kifua yako nikifanyia
hiyo ni kitu natural.
If you want to walk naked you have to
but
expect us to
look. What do you do after you look?
They just look and they say, nice boobs. And
Si lazima sema
and I don't have to say it. I don't have to tell you. Just say it in my head.
utaangalia ukiona boobs mahali utaangalia
Even if you don't like them, you look.
that's it sisi ni perverts eti ama pervert but sasa dem akipita uchi na akona boobs each of us here all of
That
us
will be the first place.
guys tutakuwa like
Marco wewe imagine utembea bila shati tu mtu akwambia kijana hizo ni ribs mzuri utasikiaje?
Very well.
Ribs.
And okay, I feel too normal. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
It's just
I guess
it's a compliment.
Disconnect ya sisi hatuna boobs si ni just flat chest so kwetu hii ni normal kwenu mko na boobs kwenu hiyo ni normal kwenu pia ni normal
boobs ni nini?
Yeah?
Boobs ni nini? This is a stretch of skin and some cells.
Wewe
Difference yangu na yako tu ni because imefanya
it's not even purely whatever.
like
It's not purely psychological.
But
Pure
it's not
biology.
hiyo ni biology
Biology
pia,
to
like,
be in a even animals are attracted
but
to these
literally
things.
we have the same thing only that are not enlarged.
yeah but sasa ile biologically
Psychologically you
It's
made it
biology.
sexual.
si made it mtoto mwenye ambaye hajawatch like amezaliwa tu like a clean baby hajaochishwa ngwati or anything like amereziwa let's say hadi kama amereziwa watu wachache na believe hizo vitu ni mbaya siku yenye taona matiti hiyo kijana ataangalia
Like the issue is
hata angalia juu eti ako curious ataangalia like damn
ataangalia joko curious so vitu gani ili kitu ameona hiki kitu amenyonya akizaliwa timemlea
But hiyo hatuko hata tunaiangamia. I don't remember how it looks like. We don't look at our parents.
katika adolescence kuna vitu zenye let's say for example tukiwa Raima kuna nikiwa class 6 7 my classmates kuna madem tu walikuwa like big bundas wako na boobs and all that but I was a child
tulikuwa very oblivious.
hadi sitaki akae kando yangu
Wallahi.
tumekaa line hivi kwa desk like
tunamalizia space
hapa
I swear to God.
hizo vita za watoto za Raima eti pia anachora line usivuke hapa you don't care at all first move forward like 3-4 years
After adolescence.
13-14 umekuwa adole unataka kukaribie sasa
It's biology.
you are looking at a body not because it's
biology kweli
it's biology like it's natural
Hey,
it's natural you like
See, it's attraction. See, for
it's attraction
but you should be attracted to what
what do you want?
private parts boobs are not private
na
parts
private persons you say okay
But
mtu akianza kuwa attracted to
but they're
private
not
parts
sexual.
I think
Yeah.
people are attracted to what they don't have.
mwenye anasema kuwa attracted to that specific private part
You're weird.
that's more creepy
But then me, I'm not attracted to that.
you like why if
If I tell you something, even if you see the books people read in high school, was vitabu wase usoma the nude whatevers.
Yeah.
Hakuna pussies, ni like boobs
yeah
and
maybe
ass.
hakunanga
Boobs and ass only.
Okay.
Like those are the attractive parts.
yeah
What
Then
is-
it is just the pleasure part.
genuinely by the way what is attractive about those mentioned parts
It's just biological.
It's just
biology gani
The
you're
same way,
attracted
the
to
same
what
way
you
dogs
should
are
be able to
attracted
do.
to bad smell.
guys
The same way dogs are attracted to bad smells and shit.
wewe sema ati
They
dogi
use
body
it
na
to
nusa
attracted
hivi.
to
Like
bad-
mbona siangalie sura ya dogi ama the tail venye iko soft
It's
hair
just
I don't
biology.
compare dogs here with
Men and
men
dogs.
I really like human beings have complex thinking. But me, okay, point yangu ni boobs shouldn't be sexualized because they are it's more of mammary. Hata si boobs, mammary glands. Ni kama tu mammary glands.
It's
When
not
you do
the
well
same.
to sexualize ada ya ng'ombe, if you do sexualize.
But even ng'ombe pia hazisexualizingi matiti ya ng'ombe. They
Exactly.
sexualize
That's why
different
would human
things.
beings
We are
Different.
different
sexualize
species.
meaning ng'ombe.
kuna
Different
different programming
species.
that's it
But it serves the same purpose.
Kuna spiders, kuna these male spiders, their job ni kwenda kumate to the female and then the female eats them. And they keep repeating the same cycle over and over
they
and
know
over
they
again.
know
What's
Because
it
it's
compare
just
wild animals to
biological.
human beings?
No, we are all animals.
Yeah.
Lazima ucompare. Because tumekwambia ni biology
Okay,
utakataa. Now we
thinking,
have to show you
Why do you
different
think bestiality is illegal?
bestiality is illegal
Why do
things.
you
Is it
think-
even illegal? It's just stupid and weird.
And why do you think?
you is
Not very many animals.
hakuna any explanation
renew with
why
other
are you
species.
Because
attaching to
animals cannot consent and because animals are just animals operating with
That's
instinct.
not it.
human beings tunakaa tunafikiria. Wewe sasa ukisikia tu you
Okay,
feel like
okay.
you want to mate na utafuta msao unamshika. You don't do that because
it's not
Yeah.
it's
There's a complex,
kuna
yeah.
thought process
Yeah.
behind everything
exactly so sasa msisexualize boobs.
It's not. It's we don't even sexualize it.
But okay, utasema nini na this tribe in South Africa, Zulu?
Wenye boobs zao wako.
That is an example of boobs shouldn't be sexualized. They aren't even sexual to begin with.
Yeah, but it's a culture.
Just say it's your own fantasies that you view.
Okay, so what would you guys prefer?
Walking batches.
But wasichana wapendi kuvaa shati na bra.
Ni ukweli, it's uncomfortable.
Come to learn.
Okay, mimi sina shida with you guys walking naked, but as long as you don't mind us looking, maybe the next coming generations will be used to it.
Yeah, una stare.
It's not all perfect.
Muangalia tu hivi like
na plus hatuta stare.
But unaweza shida nini? If I walk alafu mtu aniangalie like project tunafikiria ni what is this guy thinking? And most of the time these guys are thinking in a certain way.
Imagine that's not most of the time, that's just some of the time. Me sioni kama most people are perverts.
You don't know what most people are.
Most people are perverts.
And because I but yeah, most people being perverts, it's all round. Men,
Both
women,
all genders. Okay.
But I think
perverts.
what's makes it different me, what do you do is
Our thoughts.
Yeah, unaweza fikiria your first ukiangalia tu you're like, oh, I can do this with this. But so what do you do about it? Do you go and cut it out?
Ama you think about and una realize like basic human common sense ni unajua right from wrong. Wewe si mwenda wazimu. So unaweza kuwa na that thought but you know it's wrong. Nikaa say nimeona kuna simu pale. So unajua you can steal that phone. So
Yeah,
like, you can if you wanted to, but you don't do it because it's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Like pia say ni the same thing like when uko na hiyo thought ya pervertness and you're like udem ni mrembo, maybe you're lasting over her, which like as much as last ni mbaya, it's like a normal human feeling. Yenye hadi watu wako kwa relationships, hadi watu wako married, they can admit like you have a beautiful wife, you have an amazing husband, but you walk somewhere, you see a guy. Now umoni that you love the guy or you love the woman, you just feel like we can rip our clothes with this guy and do something. But see it unaenda namwambia tuwe nguo tuanze. Like you just go home like ni natural like they are beautiful people, they are sexy people pia. Kuna people who have sex appeal like you can see someone like damn. But you go about your day like
you do that so often. So I guess I'm a pervert too.
Everybody's a pervert.
Yeah,
some extent.
Then you scrolling online like us and wako na views me, yes of course sasa us and we post nyash ni perverts like
and they know it
radio the target audience, but sasa kuna genuine people who are like damn like this is a beautiful person, and I like and I go about the day and I forget about it like hata shida kifantasize na sasa kuna mwenye ambaye anaenda aone kariwa huu ashinde sasa amestop
ameenda kwenye amesimu
ameenda huko amesoma whole paragraph ameandika poem
ameenda kumtafuta Instagram pia
all ameweka hapa picha yake uko like now this is not being a pervert, you are a creep sasa you are a creep.
But I feel like it's a thin line between pervert and creep.
Kuna difference.
But pervert pia kana negative.
But sasa unajua squeezy like hiyo kitu ya kuongelea about such stuff imekuwa so hard. Like watu ni kama wana walk on eggshells in their conversations.
Kwanza on sex in Africa kwanza.
Sex.
Yeah, actually.
Kwanza imekuwa always on eggshells but na feel like zinaongezeka. In the other times our parents ukiongelea nikaa say ongelea sex na babako ama na mamako. Jua wazazi wetu wanakonga like una feel too like ina feel comfortable conversation. So see it's normal to talk between peers like us we can talk about it. But sasa hii tumejekea our own eggshells design yenye ukimention kitu na inappropriate. Oh you shouldn't say this. You should use this word. You shouldn't do this. Sasa kila mtu like naweza sema hivi ni apia kama creep. Naweza sema hivi
lazima jimonitor at all times.
Kila mtu kila wakati like ako anaogopa, people are afraid. No maana hadi apart from like hizo ma sex talk nini hadi hivi story kama za hizi za gender msene anaweza kitu ina happen. Kuna a video last year but on the guy mwenye aliona mtoto akiumwa na siafu a girl
akasema hizi msaidia
mtoto alikuwa anaumwa na siafu kwa njia so like anatoa manguo akifanya hivi the girl alikuwa na walk akirecord mtoto anaumwa na siafu ako like I just go about my way. Yeah, I'm just going about my way. Na kaenda half the internet walikuwa like siusaidie mtoto kutoa hizo siafu like but it was a little girl. The other side walikuwa like okay Ivona natembea pata kijana mkubwa anashikashika msichana eti anamtoa siafu kwa akili yako what's the cross your mind first of all. So like kulikuwa ni like okay, it's not really the guy's fault ama the girl's fault. Our society pia iko na a lot of perverts and creeps and those pedophiles. So pia ni dangerous. Ukiona kitu kama hiyo lazima utaassume hivyo juu like our society is dangerous. It's like society yetu ni mbaya. But pia on the other side
but nani atafiki? Ilikuwa like a public road ama
ilikuwa okay, hizi barabara zina
but hakuna watu
zile fences
but like walikuwa only the two of them. That's why alirecord akisema like I'm just working.
Like angerecord alafu apenduka msaidie. At least ingekuwa kama hivi.
Okay, mna mwenye ajui ana record.
Atatokea a child who has been sexually assaulted. A child, you will know.
I mean, anaweza kuwa hajakuwa sexually assaulted na hajasema hivyo, but kuna mtu amekuja na trauma yake ya sexual assault. Ameona mtu anashika mtoto. Na sasa anamshika vibaya. Mtoto alikuwa anaumwa na siafu genuinely. So like kumsaidia ilikuwa lazima amshike.
Asi anamfanyia hivi. Hai. Okay, like naelewa situation. Okay, because like you have to choose, you know, like either what you are perceiving and you help with this person, or you
like the decision is yours eventually.
Yeah, so you choose to walk away. But sasa ikakuwa a whole other discussion yenye kulikuwa na both na two sides yenye saidia mtoto like bra. Saidia tu mtoto acha kuwa na akili but no one will care like saidia tu.
Yeah, that will have been my first thought process.
Yeah. The other side wengine wako like okay, the society we live in lazima ita cross my mind. Honestly, mimi sasa nitoke hapo nje niingie kwa elevator nipate kasichana kadogo. Kaniambia nishikie mkono naogopa. I feel like okay, inaweza kushika just natural but so the society we live in juu pia hii imeona kuna a lot of PDFs kila mahali. Ukiona hiyo you can't help yourself like you feel like okay anafanya nini mtoto mdogo kijana mkubwa. So like
it's sad that tumefika mahali kama.
Yeah, tumefika hiyo point yenyewe.
But I think if there's a generation that has the power to start changing these cultures, si ndo tuanzishe all those changes. In as much as hatutaona the ends of them,
we don't see tunajicancel excess.
Unajua I used to think that until I met, you know, I continued meeting people. And people actually believe that 13-year-old children like are able to consent.
But I don't think there's a lot of those.
Uliona stories of Somalia. Somalia, they were 9 years pregnant, 12 years. What's waliambiwa you can't marry children under the age of 18.
Wakaanza kulia.
Public outcry. A grown man cried. Kwetu ilikuwa crazy. Like Kenyans, hata kama society yetu pia ni mbaya, ito at least kuna hiyo atijafika hiyo level. Tuko like uli mtu wa miaka 12 like there's nothing in my mind. Like hiyo ni crazy. But in their society, mtoto wa miaka 12 a grown woman for them. Na tena sio miaka 12 anaolewa na kijana miaka 16 17. 50 year old. So I'm like hii kwa si pedophilia, kwa ni natural a grown man. This is a wife.
But how natural? Like how to do that process? Yeah, kwa sababu
mimi niko najiuliza who was the first guy to take a 9-year-old na kafile yeah, this is right.
Unajua me I'm convinced you guys will have to forgive but I'm convinced that most men don't even like women. They like the idea of purity. Like there's a mtu anaendea mtoto mdogo because he feels like this child is attached and the person to touch her. Kwa sababu how do you explain all this
obsession with women's
because they want to
okay,
Somalia for example kuna Afghanistan kuna Sudan pia kuna hizi wakati tu mingi
hebu angalia okay I'm going to yeah
most of them zinakwanga Muslim countries.
So ni culture it's not men it's
but how Mary was approximately 14 years akizaa Jesus
huko pia ni Arab wote
but Mary was Jewish.
But inakwanga such a weird thing. Jipia nananga hiyo kitu ya men being obsessed with purity. Nananga hiyo kitu ya people obsessed with the women being virgins. Ileti Mr. Kidem mwenye si vajo first of all. As the guy, you've been run through. I'm sorry, the guys who are run through by the way. I don't know guys who know.
I think watu wako na hiyo ni nini? Insecure men.
What tunajisahau
like. Na pia these overly religious people.
So all this stuff zina circle back to religion. All this seeking for purity ni juu ya religion. Ina teach about purity a lot, which is crazy. and also hizi mambo ya seeking it young fresh whatever like
being the first one to touch it apparently.
Oh yeah,
It's
but then that's something that has me pia nili grow up nayo actually.
Unfortunately
At one point in my life,
nilikuwa najuanga like tukioa
like hiyo ni when we couldn't
lazima
think
akwe
for us.
virgin.
Unajua me I realized
you
I started thinking very recently.
tukiwa dogo mimi
As
nilikuwa
an-
najuanga
autopilot.
As an ex-Christian, I used to think, sex should happen in marriage.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
manipulation, it's
Which,
fucked up.
it's crazy.
but
fucked up.
the more
We are
you
sexual
grow up the
creatures.
more uko like
As long
okay,
as
It
ukianza
makes
tu kuwa
sense.
conscious,
This idea of
ukianza kuwa
purity.
conscious ina
alafu pia nazanga kuunderstand hii part yenye okay I'm a Christian, yes I am still a staunch Christian but niko na a lot of questions in terms of hii kitu yenye nasikianga watu wakisema the Bible iko na a lot of patriarchy and stuff. This whole idea of purity ya Bible mostly iko towards women akwe virgin, a virgin woman, a clean woman with clean linen, not bleeding, this akunanga part tunasema huyu man hajai kwa in sexual so like
Funny thing is, once upon a time we went through some rabbit hole about Christianity, and actually the Bible was something that was voted in by some Emperor Constantine. Like alikaa hivi akasanya ni kitabu anataka. So kusema iko rooted in patriarchy is because it was patriarchal men who actually wrote these things and compiled them. So it's supposed to be rooted in patriarchy because how do you find it?
a lot
Like,
and that's why governments and religion are very close.
They coexist.
I don't understand.
It's all
Like,
manipulation.
even for the non-Christians, the atheists, the Christians,
Maybe
kama
you're not
mimi sasa.
Christian, talk to me.
I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Christian. You guys are non-Christians. But I'm somebody who can accept that I can question it.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
you're
I'm
not
a Christian,
blind.
but sasa sieti
You're blindly
unaogopa.
devoted, yeah.
Why will I believe in something kama hii kitu naogopa kuielewa more?
What the hell?
Okay, what makes you a Christian? Hebu
Yeah,
niambie.
come
Okay,
on.
hiyo ni religion. Sawa.
But
Some other time.
it's a whole other thing, but we'll definitely have to talk about it more.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy this conversation and you want to dig deeper in this conversation and you're not afraid to cancel us because definitely
It's expected.
yeah.
So you're
It
not
will
very
actually
deep.
be a compliment.
Yeah. So if you have not cancelled us yet, meet us in the next episode and we're going to dive deeper into such conversation. These uncomfortable conversations. If you've been all through in the right place, yes, meet me next
Endelea na
time.
sisi.
If you are an atheist, you are a young person, an older person, a Christian, a Judaist,
If you're not afraid to
someone
think
in
on your
Judaism.
own.
Yeah, just meet us next time. Anyways, it's been nice. Yeah, see you next time.
Ciao.